some more.
Hi, and welcome to another episode of Hot Takes with me, the Silver Fox. And in this video, we're going to take a look at the corporate greed that is Netflix and their insistence on charging more and more and more because they're greedy bastards. Now, previously, if you had a Netflix account and you would share it with your family, this wasn't an issue. Your child would go off to college or university and they'd take a password and they could watch films that you're paying for out of your subscription. And now they're bringing in new rules that are saying that actually, no, you can't. And if you want to do that, you have to pay extra because they're not making enough money. Well, this is true. They're not making enough money. Their customer base is falling, their output is rubbish, but it's got nothing to do with what they're charging, or at least partially it's got to do with what they're charging, because as they charge more, then more people will drop out. But mainly it's their products. They've gone completely woke. They've put identity politics into everything. 90% of their output is aimed at, should we say, young adults. There's very little outside of the young adult audience, and virtually everything they make for the young adult audience is full of woke identity politics. Everyone's got to be gay or lesbian or bi or trans. There's every discernible human ethnicity in any group of friends. You cannot have on Netflix in a series a group of friends who are homogenous. You're not allowed to have a homogenous. Now, that's not how life is. I mean, I go down the pub, I'll sit with 3 or 4 people, my friends, and we all look the same as me. But that's not what Netflix shows. What Netflix shows is a world where there is a rainbow in every conceivable function. So there's a rainbow of gayness, there's a rainbow of colour, there's a rainbow of wealth, there's a rainbow of social class, and all these people sit and live together, except the rich white men, because they're obviously evil. Other than that, everyone's happy together. But now Netflix, because they're falling market share, and they're the highest priced streamer out there, losing money, can't make enough money, so need to clamp down on every little hole that their sinking ship has got. So let's have a look at this piece and discuss it. Right, here we are. Now, I will begin this by saying I don't know what Chile, Costa Rica and Peru have done to earn the ire of Netflix, but Netflix are bringing in a new rule. So we'll read the headline anyway. Netflix users threaten to cancel their subscriptions as the platform cracks down on password sharing and says you have to pay an extra fee to share your account with people outside your household. So as I said, if you've got a son or daughter who's off at uni, you have to pay extra for them. No, I'm not going to. And if they want to try that, that's fine. I'll just get rid of Netflix. Here's me, look, not caring. I can sail the high seas. Anyway, the test will initially apply to Netflix users in Chile, Costa Rica and Peru for some reason. Presumably because they're not particularly big countries, they're not particularly important to Netflix. So if it fails there, they'll only lose a few subscriptions. If they brought this in say, America, 300 million people, massive uptake on Netflix, and if they tried it there and there was a big rejection and they lost, say, 20%, well, they go under. They're going to lose 20% of Peru. They'd hardly notice it. And that's cynical. But that's Netflix for you. Users will be charged a fee for people outside their house using their account. The test has been criticised on Twitter, with many users calling Netflix greedy. Well, no shit, Sherlock. It comes a week after Netflix announced it will be increasing the price of its subscription packages for new and existing members in the UK. It won't be increasing mine because I won't be paying it. If they, at the moment it goes up, I'm cancelling my Netflix anyway. As I said, there's nothing on there for me. It's all sparkly rainbow, young adults. It's crap. Anyway, And as I say, if there's anything that does appear on there that I might want to consider watching, hire me hearties. Netflix users have threatened to cancel their subscriptions after the platform revealed it is cracking down on password sharing. The streaming giant is testing a new system where users will have to pay an extra fee to share their account with people outside their household. Furious users have taken to social media calling Netflix greedy and threatening to cancel their subscriptions. Yes, and this is just after they've put the price up here in the UK by £2 a month. As I say, not for me. You see, when they sold this originally, you could have, I can't remember how many it was. I think it was 6 originally. You could have 6 passwords. You could share the password 6 times or put the password on 6 devices. And so that's fine. That was the agreed thing. But now, oh no, one of those devices belongs to someone who lives somewhere else. We should have an extra Netflix fee for that. While many users share their Netflix password with friends and family who don't live in the same house as them, this is actually against Netflix's terms of service. The Netflix service and any content accessed through the service are for your personal and non-commercial use only and may not be shared with individuals beyond your household. My household extends over several properties. So, go screw yourself, Netflix. It says household, it doesn't say home. It doesn't say building. See? You've used the word household. My household is extensive. My household covers many homes. Because that's where my family live. According to Netflix, sharing your password with others not in your household impacts its ability to invest great TV and films. Well, it hasn't invested in great TV and films. It's invested heavily in woke shite, but not in TV and films that I would watch, or that many people would watch, of course, which is why their market share's falling. In a blog explaining the test, Sherry Long, Director of Product Innovation at Netflix, explained, product innovation? You've got one product. It's a streaming service. How innovative can you get? Well, your innovation is to charge more. Yeah, not going to work. Anyway, we've always made it easy for people who live together to share the Netflix account with features like separate profiles and multiple streams in our standard and premium plans. While these have been hugely popular, they've also created some confusion about how and when. No, there's no confusion about when it can be shared. We just share it. So, as a result, accounts are being shared between households. You have some strange usage of the word household. Do you mean house? Do you mean building? Because a household is not a building. You're the one who used the word household, Netflix. Suggest you learn what it means and maybe change the definitions. Members on our standard and premium plans will be able to add sub-accounts for up to 2 people they don't live with, and at a lower price. Yeah, but they shouldn't have to. You greedy bastards. You bring in rules, then you realise the rules are not in your favour, and so you change the rules. Meanwhile, people are going to say, screw you, Netflix. And then you're going to have to put the price up because so few people are buying your product, but your overheads are still there, that you've got to raise the prices. Meaning fewer people. And so on. And it's a spiral of depression for Netflix. One wrote, and I love this comment, right? This was somebody complaining. Not only will no one outside my home use my Netflix subscription, no one inside my home is using it either. This last greedy price increase convinced me that I could live without it. I cancelled Netflix. And he's not alone. There's an awful lot of them. I'm not going to go through the whole story, but you're getting the gist of this. But basically, they're now, the basic plan in Britain for the premium tier is now £16 a month. That's actually more than you pay for the TV licence. And as I say, it's just full of shit. So the comments, interesting. Netflix is boring anyway. This is true. Raising funds to pay the sparkles to do absolutely nothing. Again, true. I cut the cable cord a while back. Was great until all the services became much higher prices. Looking at DirecTV or cable once more as having multiple streaming subscriptions is more money than cable or satellite. So back to the cord I go. Yeah, it is cheaper, ultimately. Cancel, get a jailbreak Amazon Fire Stick. Yep. Harmy Hearties. There's someone who wants to put his eye patch on. But this is it. Netflix are screwed. But I'm going to come up and round this off. Like I said, it's just a quick one, so we're not going to go into too much depth with it. Yeah, so Netflix increasing prices, clamping down on who can use their services, not allowing you to share between people who are your family members. Cancel subscriptions. And their falling audience is already legendary. And the irony is they're doing to themselves what they did to Blockbuster. Blockbuster were massively successful. Netflix come along. Who the hell wants to go down a video store? Do you know what? As I look back now, I miss going to Blockbuster. Going to Blockbuster was a thing. It was almost social. I knew the people who worked behind the counter. I would discuss latest films, what the coming soons, which is currently doing well. Is there any secret films that they could recommend that sort of haven't hit popular imagination but turn out to be really good? You know, things like that. I loved Blockbuster. Then Netflix comes along and everyone's like, hey, Netflix is much better than Blockbuster. And it was, when it came out first, there was stuff on there I'd watch. And now, if I'm not like, I don't know, 17 and gay, or 21 and a trans, there's nothing for me. Off it goes. And as I say, I put on my hat, put on my eye patch, stick a parrot on my shoulder. I'm off to sail the high seas. Bye, Netflix. Bye. Anyway, if you like what you hear and see on this channel, please hit the subscription button. Ring the bell for new content. Leave a like and leave a comment. We read them all. But until next time, stay safe, stay well, and goodbye.